Beth here with LGH. Are you ready for your next lift or move? Not every job site is perfectly designed with structure in the perfect place, at the perfect capacity, and the perfect size to suspend your rigging from. If that's the case, you might need to rent a gantry. Did you know that LGH rents aluminum, steel, and even hydraulic gantries? Let's take a look. The smallest gantry that LGH carries is our 1-ton Reed Rapide Porta Gantry. It's made out of aluminum and it's fully collapsible. You'll notice that the 1-ton Reed model doesn't have a true I-beam, but rather a header beam with pick points all along the bottom. We'll send this out with the compatible Reed trolley, one or more, depending on your needs, which can be slid back and forth across the beam and pinned into position at any of these pick points. From the master link here, you can hang any number of hoists, and you'll notice that the trolley rides along the top of the beam. When we talk about our height for the Reed gantry, the top of that roller to the ground ranges from about 7 feet to 9 foot 4 inches. We can span gaps about 9 foot 10 inches. While I'm showing you our 1-ton Reed model here, know that LGH also carries a 5-ton aluminum Reed gantry very similar. In our 2 and 3-ton capacities, LGH rents out the Spanco aluminum A-frames. Shown here, I have my 2-ton model. You'll notice that we have an I-beam as a header beam, and we have a range from 8 foot all the way out to 15 foot. But did you know that these legs clamp up to the beam, so we can move our legs as close or as far apart along that beam as possible? And actually, in addition to an adjustable beam span, we have adjustable height range as well. Shown here, I have a short insert, but with the variety of inserts that LGH offers, we can get anywhere from 5 foot 10 inches below this beam all the way up to 12 foot 4 to hang all your rigging from. Even though our aluminum gantries are lightweight and we could probably adjust these inserts by hand, we recommend using a lever hoist for safety. You can suspend one on each side of the leg and tension and release in order to lift or lower that header beam. Our aluminum A-frames come standard with a polyurethane caster, but if you happen to be working on rough terrain, we also have an option for our pneumatic casters. Very similar to our 2 and 3-ton aluminum A-frames, LGH also rents the Spanco steel A-frames. We have these in 3-ton, 5-ton, 7.5, and 10-ton capacities. Shown here is my 7.5-ton model. You'll notice, just like the aluminum A-frames, we have an I-beam header bar. So again, any standard beam clamp or beam trolley can be affixed. We carry the beams in a span from 10 foot all the way out to 40 foot, usually in increments of 10 foot or so. But again, remember that these legs are clamped up to the beam, so we can move them as close together or as far apart as we'd like. And also, similar to the aluminum A-frame, the steel A-frame has adjustable inserts. We have a range anywhere from 9 foot up to 13 foot below that beam on the particular 7.5 model shown here. Now again, remember that the higher the capacity of the gantry, the larger and the heavier that gantry is going to be. So standard with all of our steel gantry rentals, LGH will actually give you the 2 lever hoists required to lift and lower that header beam safely. If you're lifting 20 tons or more, then maybe one or more of our Lift Systems hydraulic gantries is right for you. Just like we've been talking about, the higher the capacity of that gantry, the larger the gantry is going to be. We're still using an I-beam as our header bar here, but notice this is a wide flange W24 beam, which means it's 24 inches stout. Now, if headroom happens to be an issue for you, the good news is, with a hydraulic gantry, instead of hanging a beam clamp or a beam trolley with my hoist below here, I actually am just using the D-ring and I can attach my load right up to this beam itself, because the lifting and lowering are being done by the hydraulic legs. We're lifting the entire system together. Each one of these legs acts like a hydraulic pump. They run on 110-volt single-phase power, and we actually recommend that you run each unit on its own circuit. Using one controller, I can lift and lower both legs simultaneously in order to keep plumb and level, or I can operate each leg independently. You're probably wondering, at 20 tons, how do I move that much weight back and forth? And actually, the good news is all of LGH's hydraulic gantries are fitted with a power drive. The power drive is operated with the same controller. I can engage the system, and now my up-down buttons become back-forth. and I can actually operate both legs together or independently. In order to keep our system fully plumb and level, as well as straight back and forth using the power drive, we actually recommend that you rent out all of the hydraulic gantries using sections of hydraulic track as well. So if you have any additional questions, or if you have an upcoming need, please reach out to LGH. We are ready to help you.